Guys, today we're going to take a look at 7 potentially hype upcoming mobile games. Now, we have 3 rules for this list. Number 1, if we mentioned it a previous week or month, we don't mention it again. I'm not going to make the same list every single week. Number 2, some of these games have already come out in different regions. If it's already out in your region, that's great, but these games are not out everywhere. Number 3, I generally like to take different styles of games from different genres, but I usually include more anime and RPG style games since that's what most of the viewers like. You probably won't like every single game on this list, but if you find 1 or 2 you might like, well, that's a win. Let's get it started. First off, we have Project Snow, which visually, can I just say, wow, it's a third-person action shooter RPG, which looks like Punishing Gray Raven and Honkai Impact. We have a world in ruins, check. Cool waifus with big guns and explosive, check. Lots of action and what look like fun mechanics and gameplay, check. Exciting, impactful, ultimate animations, check, check, check. I love to see more of these games that are similar in style to Hongkai and PGR, and from the looks of the online response, it seems that people are cautiously optimistic on this title as well. It's a mobile game, so as usual, we're apprehensive to whether or not the game will be free-to-play friendly, too grindy, or last long, but it looks potentially promising. The second game on this list is something completely, massively different from Project Snow, so you'll either hate it or you'll LOL and download it and goof off a bit. I'm including it since it's coming out very soon and might be worth a little casual tinkering, not necessarily long-term years of playing. The game is called Gamer Cafe, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a management style game where you manage a 2D pixel art style gaming cafe. I see you clicking the dislike button already. I see you. It's definitely not for everyone. It's a much more casual experience, but it's coming soon, and you can tinker around with it while you're waiting for things like Project Snow and the other games on this list. Okay, no more management sims. I got it. Third, we have a very hype game from Bandai Namco, which tends to make very solid games. Overall, the game is called Slime Isekai Memories from the anime That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. This is a traditional story-forward, turn-based RPG, and it's looking very solid in terms of graphics, story, and gameplay. There is a lot of hype from Twitch streamers on this game, like they want to hop on it as soon as it's released, which is always good, but there is a part in the game that I'm concerned about that they've been promoting. There are some elements where you design and build your city. I'm hoping it's just more for visual aesthetics and fun, and not too many elements of the traditional mobile city builder genre, which is known for being riddled with scummy mechanics and aggressive monetization. So I'm hoping at least that part is mostly for fun. Fourth on the list, something that took me completely by surprise, is Heroes of the Dark from Gameloft. So this game kind of came out of the blue and was not on my radar at all until it all of a sudden popped up out of nowhere. Imagine if Castlevania was a gacha RPG with base building elements. Yes, that's Heroes of the Dark, which has vampires, werewolves, and humans fighting against and alongside each other after the moon was destroyed. Yes, that's the plot. The moon was destroyed. I think the vampires, werewolves, humans are going to play out similar to wind, fire, and water elements in other games. I have both a soft and a hard spot for Gameloft, and I'm always excited to see how cool these games look at the beginning, like Dungeon Honor Champions, Lego Legacy, and more, but then they ultimately do something to shoot themselves in the foot and stop it from being as great of a game as it ultimately could be. So I think this game, it might likely be the combat is not very hands-on and just plays itself, which if you don't mind that and you love dark creatures, you might want to have this on your radar. It's definitely on mine, and I plan to try it out day 1 when it gets released. Fifth on the list is Deep Insanity Asylum, which just had its Japanese release. This is a mixed media IP, which is part of the franchise of manga titled Deep Insanity Nirvana, an anime series titled Deep Insanity The Lost Child. It takes place in a world where there is a massive pandemic causing humans to be put into comas, and the source lies in Antarctica beneath the South Pole. Now, I told you guys at the beginning that we were going to mix it up a little bit, not just do anime RPGs for every single one. So, number 6 is not an anime RPG. It is a game titled Lost Light. It is done by NetEase Games. Visually, it looks great considering it's a mobile game. It's a survival shooter game with RPG and tactical elements that allows you to customize your firearms, has multiple different approaches you can take in potential combat scenarios, including teaming up with enemies or hiring other players to rescue you after you fall. The real question is whether or not this takes away market share from games like PUBG Mobile and other similar games and establishes itself as a strong competitor in the long term. And last but definitely not least, number 7 is the new hype from Genshin Impact creators MiHoYo called Honkai Star Rail. Visually, it is absolutely gorgeous and looks similar to Genshin Impact, partly because it's the same base game engine and development teams, of course, it's going to look similar to Genshin Impact. It's set in the world of Hongkai Impact 3rd, and with the MiHoYo team behind it, as well as all of the current Genshin community potentially behind it, this could be a massive success. The question is not really whether or not it will be a massive success, it's more of when, since there is no release date currently announced, but as with Genshin, we do know that it will also have a PC client and potentially be on other systems as well. So those are 7 hype games that I'm looking forward to. What games are you looking forward to? Sumiko Garashi? Yeah, I kind of figured. Alright guys, I'll see you as always in the next one.